इतना सा फर्क है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रैंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रैंचाइज इंडिया।
Yeah, so hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Sajid Joy. I'm the business head at Franchise India. Well, it's good to see a nice amount of participation for this webinar. And we'd like to thank each one of you for taking the time to attend this special webinar. This webinar is special because this opportunity is coming to you from the house of Franchise India. It's also special because some of you are getting the opportunity to align with Franchise India as an independent franchise consultant. Now, talking about Franchise India, well, we've been in the business for the past 27 years now, and we operate in 14 countries and 97 cities in India. Now, to put things in perspective for your benefit and also to understand the Franchise India business model in detail, I would request our CEO and Director, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, to take this forward. Over to you, Mr. Bhatt. Thank you.
Thank you, Sajid. Very good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in at 5 p.m. And this is our special edition wherein we are inviting passionate people who are looking forward to start consulting as a practice, as a new business opportunity. And this opportunity is coming from directly from Franchise India. Franchise India is 27-year-old and today the market leader in franchise distribution. We have 27 years of legacy at the back. And we are the only company today in India which is having the full, complete understanding on franchising, retail, and also we are also now talking about international brands who are coming to India. We launch them in India. We take them to different areas, different this thing, and we have very very large portfolio which is 300 around brands which are international. So now, if any investor who is now looking forward for any kind of an opportunity today, which is international, which is a global brand, there is no other way wherein they can reach. So Franchise India becomes the trusted advisory platform to all the entrepreneurs who are maybe first time business buyers, because over the past few years we have seen after COVID especially 60% of business buyers are first time business buyers, and it's a very very important decision in their lives, because this is only one of the thing which you buy or an investor buys once in a lifetime. So otherwise there are a lot of things which we buy. It can be daily, which we use monthly, yearly, and then some 10 years we buy something. But this is a very very important decision of for any investor when you decide to invest in any of any of the business, because this is a business wherein you invest and then you start talking about now how I can grow this business in your city. So where you will go, where the investor will go, right? So the opportunity lies with Franchise India, wherein we have that capability of 27 years, very, very large network in 27 years, 97 cities, already now 16 countries. And that's what we bring in. And what we do is we are now looking forward for like-minded people. Like-minded would mean who have a passion to start consulting, helping others to get them into business. So, what we are looking at, Franchise India, we are looking at independent franchise consultants. And who is he? He is a specialist. How to start your own business specialist. So let me simplify also what we do, what's our business. So we work with two communities. One side we have investors who are looking forward to invest in any of the business, and it can be first time business buyer. That's the first set of investors. Second set of investors are operators who are looking forward to invest in any brand and they want to operate that business. They want to run that business. They want to manage that business. Then third set of investors are serial entrepreneurs who are looking forward to operate, and also they are looking forward for area developer. So it's an operator plus area developer model. So this is third type of investors. And what we do, we help them. So we have a large network of consultants. We have around 1,200 people there in company, full-time franchise consulting, and we are not doing sales. We are doing consulting. We are doing knowledge-based business, which is advisory. So we really help them, guide them, and structure the right deal for them, because there are so many parameters wherein we have to evaluate right at each parameter before we go and invest. So today we have investors who are coming through Franchise India and they want to invest. It can be 10 lakh rupees, it can be 10 CR or 50 CR or 100 CR. So we have all these opportunities with us, because we have, if you see our franchiseindia.com, which is our website, we have more than 18,000 brands registered with us on our portal. Now we have that capability to get opportunity for every investor, because we feel every investor is unique, because someone who have got a different capability, we have someone who have got a different kind of experience, and we matchmake keeping in mind three fitments. First fitment, what is your market fitment? Would mean which market you want to have this opportunity, whether you have your own property. If yes, then we have to also matchmake. Second, what is already there in the market? What kind of, this is a commercial market, it's a mall, this is a high street, this is residential area. So which brand will be fit, doing the right fitment in that market? We will do proper survey. And what is missing? What is going to the right opportunity which can be grown in the next 5 years, 10 years, right? How you can multiple business, right? So that is wherein we help, because we are advisory company, so we help investors. Then also we see what is your experience, what you bring in. So if you are in kind of some kind of experience, you are from education background, so we will, you have passion of education field, you are passion of having some food business, you are passion of having some jewelry business. So that is the we go and we will evaluate all these opportunities which are rightly fitted for your experience as well. And third is, what's your investment, what's your capacity of investing? So what kind of investment, because we will not mismatch it. If you have some 20 lakh rupees, we will have to shortlist those companies, those brands which are rightly fitted then as per your investment. So this is our first business, and which is investments. Second business is we work with businesses, brands which are at startup level, mid segment level, all large corporates, like which are premium brands like Reliance we work, Tata we work, and we have also all premium brands today with us in every category. Rather, I would say if you take any category, you name that top 10 brands in that category, 100% done by Franchise India. So we help them in scaling their business. So we take them to different markets. We open their franchisees. It can be nationally and it can be internationally as well, because we do international events and we have that capability of taking Indian brands also outside India, and then we help them to expand in multiple countries as well. Third business, we also help investors who have already invested in any of the brand, taking a franchise earlier, but now you don't want to continue, or you are having some business, You don't want to continue with that business and you want to sell that business. We call it as resale. It's an exit. Someone want to take exit of the existing business. We also help, because we feel at Franchise India that if you buy a business through us, maybe after 6 years, 7 years, 10 years down the line, you feel that it is not making sense for you, it's making losses, or you want to exit out of this business, where you will go? There is none outside. So Franchise India will again help you for taking your exit, and we evaluate that business and we'll get a new buyer in that business. These are three businesses what we have in Franchise India. So that's where we have a very, very large network today. And we use a byline rather. It is nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India, as we have a large network, as I said, already in 97 cities. Some cities wherein we are looking forward for new partners, and some cities we are looking forward for second partner, but there are some cities we are absolutely not looking forward. So that's what we will understand today in this webinar. Who is there with us? What is your profile? And also which city you are coming from, because we'll give you understanding what we are, what we have done in this webinar. That's the first part, that we will take you the journey of Franchise India, what we have done in 27 years, and why we started, why this brokerage business, and then what is franchising overall as an industry look like. So what is growth in franchising next 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years? And what is the opportunity for global brands in India today? And also we'll talk about IFC, Independent Franchise Consultant, as a model. What is business model? What's our monetization model? How you can grow with us if anyone who joins us as a partner? And then what would be your earning potential, how we can create an understanding for you that you join, and then how you can grow further. So today, as I said, we have franchising is a viable model for expanding business, and franchising is the viable model for every investor also to get associated with, because it's a safe, and because you are joining a brand which is already successful, and it's easy to invest in those rather than starting your own brand or own business. So keeping in mind that today everything we consume is coming from franchise industry, and the humongous opportunity in franchising. That's why this webinar has been organized, wherein we are looking forward for like-minded professionals. And if someone is from franchise industry, have done some franchising for some businesses, some brands, must be knowing us 100%. And this can be a highly rewarding for him or her. Management consultants who have done some management consulting some brands, and it can be education consultant, it can be a real estate consultant, financial consultant, or any kind of consulting you are involved, and this can be really complementing for your existing business also. Franchise India do have three companies, which I can give you a little understanding on that. So in India, we do around 200 events across India, across cities. That's why everyone knows us as Franchise India. So we have two more companies, which is Frank Global. Frank Global is our international arm of the business, wherein we help Indian brands to go outside India to expand, and global brands, we help them to enter India through Frank Global. And when we enter India, and there's a fine tuning which is required for their business model, and Indian businesses also, when we get them into business. So in franchising, so there's a business model to be created, SOP systems to be in place. That is FranCorp. So FranCorp is an expert advisory company, which is world's largest consulting company, based out of Chicago, USA. And it's a 49-year-old company, and same company who have created business model for MACD. And you can also check our website, francorp.in. You can see all the brands, top brands, wherein it is consulted by FranCorp. And today, it's been 19 years. Franchise India have taken the master license for India and Asia for helping businesses to get into franchise. Today, we are having 6 brands of Reliance working with us, and all are consulted by FranCorp. So right from Hindustan Unilever as a Lakme as a brand, and FranCorp have consulted for creating business model for Lakme Salon, because Lakme was never a salon. It was a cosmetic brand, and 19 years back, it was consulted by FranCorp and created a business model for Lakme Salon, and then we opened the franchisees for Lakme Salon as well. So in this webinar, I'll give you understanding who is there today. You can see a lot of members on the panel. So we have regional heads, which is a team of Franchise India. along with management from Franchise India. So give you some understanding, we have Miss Sonia Chaudhary. If you can see her, she's here. She's our managing director who is driving this business, which is broking business, which is advisory business, and been there for last 25 years in the company. And she will also help us to understand the journey of Franchise India today. She will throw light on the franchising overall, having vast experience in franchising. And then I'll also take you through a presentation to give you some understanding on the business model, which is actually today's webinar. And we will also keep it short in terms of giving you some understanding on your business model. And then we will have one-on-one meeting discussion with each one of you, because we really value your time, because you have come at 5 p.m. to join this webinar. We understand this will be some restriction of the time also, and also it is one-sided. And we'll request that you can use as much as you can use our Q&A box to share your thoughts, share your queries and questions. And we will also ask you a few questions. So that time also you can reply to make it interactive, and there's a Q&A box. So my request, please do not raise your hand over here, because that's not the option. And along with me and Sonia ji, we have also regional head Sajid Joy. He has joined us from Bangalore. So we have our office in Bangalore, and he takes care of Karnataka, along with Vamshi. Vamshi is taking care of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, based in Hyderabad. We have office in Hyderabad. We have office in Kolkata, so Bimal Agarwal and Sumendu coming from Kolkata office, they take care of all East, and also Nepal and Bangladesh area as well. So we have Kuldeep joined us from corporate office, which is in Delhi. Sheena has joined us from Kerala, and Kapil has joined us from Chennai, which is Tamil Nadu branch, and that's wherein we have other regional heads also, which we have created a support system for all our existing IFC partners, because we feel that every partner should be hand-holded well at the initial stage, because that's wherein you start your business, and we have all the team members there to support and take you through the journey of franchising overall. So before we proceed further with this webinar, so I would invite and welcome our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, to take the webinar over and set the perspective and give us some understanding of overall franchises. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. And friends, a very good evening to all of you. I'd like to thank all of you for putting your precious time on this webinar with all of us. And so I welcome all our friends who have joined in. And like Sanjay said, this is an opportunity to associate as a partner with our company, which is Franchise India and Fran Global. These are the two entities that we run in Indian market, and the global entity, which is Fran Global, which runs operations in about 14 countries across the globe, which includes the entire India subcontinent, US, UK, Brazil, Singapore, Malaysia, Mongolia, Thailand, where we all run our company operations in these countries. And as you see, we have the entire leadership who has joined on this webinar, because partners form a very important part of our business model, and also more importantly, I would say, strategic part of our business model. And hence it takes a lot of time share from all of us to put focus on our partners. So, and while Sanjay has covered some large part of it, I'll maybe extend some portion of that. So what you're going to cover is overall industry, the opportunity, and that's very, very important, because anytime we look at jumping into something or getting into something, the first thing that comes to our mind is how big that opportunity is, and is that going to be relevant in the times to come. We always see something which is going to be future fit, at least for the next 10 years or 20 years of our horizon. And the second is how you even evaluate as a maybe prospective partner if franchising is right for you to get in or not. That's very, very important to be understood. And third is to get a little bit understanding on the rewards and the risk which are attached to the industry, and what as a partner, what is the value proposition that is offered. And finally comes our qualifying stage, or the validation stage, where how as a partner can qualify to lead and run our business in your respective cities and markets. So which requires a lot of understanding of where you come from. We'll also ask you some questions related to your profile, because if you look at the current profile of partners, we have been running operations in a lot of our partners in larger number of cities today. I would say we are present in India and international markets. A larger number of markets are today represented by our partners. So what we need to validate is obviously if you have the required skills to do something like this, the resources that you have. And the most important resource that we need is the time on hand, because product is our time. And if you look at the different business models, there are two different kind of businesses people get involved in. One is very capital centric businesses, and the other is a knowledge side or knowledge businesses. And knowledge businesses are not driven by capital, right? But they are driven more by involvement of your time and the intellect that you bring on the table. And that is what is required. And I would say the most important prerequisite for us to, qualify a partner to come and work with us. So in short, like Sanjay said, we are a start your own business specialist company. We also work with brands. We help these companies to scale their brand. So start your own business specialist and also scale your own business or brand specialist is what we do at our group level. So anyone who wants to start a business is the community, and this community today is diverse, very, very big. And also how we handhold them to take a informed decision of buying a business is something which takes a lot of our time. And on the other side, we have a big community also of companies, franchises who are looking to expand their their franchise through either distribution or EBOs. And given the spread that we have, which is across the country and global, we today are very humbled to say that we are world's largest franchise development and distribution company. And anybody who's looking to start any form of business, there are only three ways you can do that. One is you do your own startup. So startup ecosystem, which is already very big, especially in countries like India. We are also startup very big startup economy. The second is resales, which means you buy something which is already running and you buy that business and you run that business. And third is you take a franchise. So between our two companies, we work on the latter two, which is we help companies exit and we also find a new buyer. And we help companies to expand, and we also work with investors to take a right business opportunity, which can be as small as, I would say, ₹1 million, or it could also extend beyond maybe 10x or 20x of that, depending on the profile of the people, depending on the interest, depending on the category they look at. So in the last 27 years, I would also like to share that we work with nearly 1,000 companies, global brands. We have brought them to Indian market and the subcontinent. So these are market entries which Frank Global has spearheaded to bring them to India and the subcontinent, and more than 20,000 companies that we have consulted to get into franchising for the very first time. And so I would say we have come a long way, but opportunity is much bigger than what we have, you know, addressed so far, because this ecosystem that we see today is becoming bigger than what was there 10 years back. And so this is a great opportunity in a thriving and a very dynamic franchise industry. And every time we do this webinar, we also see a wonderful wealth of experience of people who come and attend this webinar, who come from different geographies, bring in their own maturity of their experience and in different industries. And that is what our channel actually needs. So unlike a lot of businesses that we come across, we might all have been part of such businesses. Our business, we are in the knowledge business, which requires a lot of learning every day, because we advise people on buying a business, which is one of the most important decision of somebody's life. So we need people and partners who come with the same mindset as us and who believe in the same purpose of democratization of entrepreneurship, like Fran Global and Franchise India does. Right? So what I would say is that we've not only created this ecosystem and community, but we also created at the same time an opportunity to expand the ecosystem and community through partnerships in form of our IFC partnership. And every day at Franchise India also and Fan Global, there are new business opportunities that we launch in franchising. So when you come and become partner with us, there are more than 1,000 companies, where we have exclusive mandate to represent them, from startups to mid-sized companies to larger corporates, enterprises like Reliance, Sanjay talked about. We work with Raymond's, the entire portfolio of Raymond's. We work with the Aditya Birla Group. So the entire spectrum across all consumption categories is what franchising actually flourishes in. Right? So that is the business that we are in. And franchising historically also has been one of the most powerful wealth creation and entrepreneurial engine for more than about 100 years, and a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship. And like I said, the core driver, the foundation of our business has been entrepreneurship. And this initiative also, or I would say the premise for us to start the IFC program was to work and partner with like-minded people like you who come with that skill and intent to further drive entrepreneurship. So a little bit on the industry, friends, and then I'll also request if you share a bit about you. I see some of you might have joined from outside India also. If you can share the cities that you have joined from and maybe the countries that you have joined from, that will help us in understanding where you come from. So if you look at the ecosystem of franchising today, more and more people are starting their entrepreneurship journey and buying business than ever before. And there are more companies also on the other side who are expanding via franchise route than they were 27 years back when we started our business. And this is not going to stop here because this space is getting much bigger. There are more entrepreneurs today and more aspiring entrepreneurs, I would say, than has been the history of entrepreneurship ever. Right? And looking at the current fundamentals, especially in the emerging markets like India and also the subcontinent, we have very strong economic fundamentals of domestic consumption. If I take an example of India, the last, I would say, 10 odd years, franchising has seen about 4x growth year on year. The next 10 years, this growth will be 10x of what we see today. Today, India is the second largest franchise market in the world after America, and we are currently at about $180 billion in size of franchise industry and already contributing 4% to the GDP of our country. Fast forward 10 years, and this industry is going to be 10x of what we are, and it is increasing at a pace of about 30 odd percent. Globally, franchising contributes 5 trillion to the overall world economy. So, which means it is even bigger than the economies of many countries, including India, right? And like I said, consumption story of India is very, very interesting. It's a very big market, and that has also made our economy very, very resilient. Nearly 70% of our entire GDP of India is driven by domestic consumption compared to even economies like China, where this percentage is 53%. We are much ahead of them. And what is even more interesting is that our consumption cycles are changing very big time, which means that what we were consuming maybe 5 years back, we're consuming those services or product in a larger frequency than we were consuming these services 5 years back. And also most of the consumer categories today are actually become 3.5 times much more bigger and larger than they were in 1991, which is about 30 years back. So this also reflects today, while the consumption is increasing and franchising is proportionate to consumption, but the bigger trend is there is formalization of consumption, which means that we are more conscious about the brands that we see around. There's more demand for branded product and services. So maybe 22 years back, we all witnessed modernization of retail. We saw branded retail coming in. I think this era around, there is a big development and around the modernization of services, which means everything that you consume in terms of services, from D2C services being consumed at home, your cleaning services that you use at home, laundry services, the quick commerce brands like Swiggy, Zomato, and other platforms that we use, they all are coming from a branded environment, which also reflects how big this industry is going to become. And lastly, I would also, give a little understanding on the buyer side, who are the people actually who are buying these opportunities. While today there is a big trend where a lot of these corporates have come in the brand wagon, companies like Reliance, I think maybe 4 or 5 years back, there were quite a lot of brands, and many of these brands also currently run on a company operated model. But a lot of these concepts today, where these companies are expanding only via franchise model. So there's a big corporatization of franchising which has started to happen. It is not only limited to the smaller players, which was the case, I would say, 15 years back, but larger players are jumping into franchising, which reflects a robust of this industry. And on the other side, there's a big also demand from people who are entering and buying these businesses. The growth of first-time business buyer in India has become very, very big. When we started our company way back in 1999, this community was only 10%, which means that out of 100% businesses that were sold every month, 10% of these businesses, only 10% of these businesses were taken by first-time business buyers. But now this community contributes about 60% of the total buying community. And many people who are taking these businesses are a lot of youngsters who come in the age group of, I would say, late 20s to early, I would say, early 40s or late 30s. This demographic has become very, very big for us. So, learning curve, friends, is always very big for something which is not done in life before. And so collaboration through this learning curve becomes easy. We, as a company, bring a lot of validated learning on the table, which helps you shorten this learning curve. So how do we create, meaningful partnership, purposeful partnership, and more importantly, I would say a profitable partnership was the premise for this program. And before we get into the presentation, I'll also request all of you, if you can share a little bit about yourself. That's very important for us to know. And to make it easy, maybe I'll also request Sanjay if you can put that in the chat. But we like to know first and foremost what city that you come from. So because certain cities, we still have white market and we would like to enter these markets, or maybe we need a bigger presence than what we have currently. So we like to know which place, which country you have joined in from. Second, we like to know if you're already running a business, so you can put B as an alphabet for running a business. And if you're a management consultant, you can put management consultant as MC. If you are in the middle of your career change, you can write C. And if you're a professional, you can write P. So these are 4 options for you to share your profile. If there's anything else that you want to add, please feel free to do that. And please also mention the city that you come from. I'll request all of your friends to please write in. We'll be happy to take your names and also the city that you have come in from. So guys, please go ahead and start writing in. We love to hear from you. I see a lot of our friends who have joined in, but that's the only way. Venuji, you've raised your hand. We'll request if you can write which city you come from. Welcome, Venuji. So we recognize you've raised your hand. All right. So I'll also request friends, if you've not put in your name, because we'll not entertain any anonymous attendee. We like to know who we speak to. We've given our own introduction, but equally we'll also like to know who has joined in. So I'll request uh, Sanjay, if you want to take up, I see Mr. Mr. Love Pushkarna, who was the first one to write in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. And we also have put the post in the chat box, which is P for professional along with your city name, and B for business owner along with city name, MC for management consultant, and C for career change. We need to have understanding about you, which city you are coming from. Like we have Mr. Lau, welcome. You are just neighbor, and we are also having corporate office in Faridabad. So you are looking for career change. We would love to have a discussion with you. Kuldeep is in our corporate office, would also help you to come to office. Let's have maybe tomorrow, if you are available, we can have a round of discussion. We can take you to the tour of our office as well. So it will be great to have a cup of coffee with you. So please feel free, and Kuldeep will organize this meeting. So thank you so much for joining in. We
One
have
more
Mr.
thing which I
Prakash.
want to say, because I see a lot of our friends have joined in from south of India. Friends, we have a very big show which is coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at Hyderabad, which is High Tech City, and you will meet everyone. In fact, all the team members are traveling to this show. This is one of the largest show which happens in AP Telangana, which we do every year. And we expect about 200 odd companies coming and participating in the show, and about 8 to 10,000 people who are investors looking for business to come to the show. If you are from anywhere closer to Hyderabad, or if you have plans to be there this weekend, please let us know. We'll be happy to also meet with you in person. Over to you, Sanjay. And friends, please
Absolutely.
write in. We like to know more about you. Some of you have already started to share your profile, but would be great to understand who all are there. And yes.
So, Mr. Prakash, you're already using your Q&A box. Same, you have to write your option. Mr. Ghosh is also writing. Chat is not enabled, so it is you have to use Q&A box, which is already enabled. And we have received other guests also are writing there. So please use Q&A box. It is absolutely there, open, and you can also mention your name and the city name also. Like we have Mr. Madan. Mr. Madan is saying that he is from Bangalore. He's a professional, Mr. Pratnesh Madan. So welcome. We have Sajid there. We have office at MG Road. Sajid is heading complete Karnataka markets and helping all our IFC partners who are already existing network. So please feel free if you have a visit over there. So Sajid will organize, we'll have a one-on-one meeting with you, and then we will take the discussion forward. Mr. Suri, from B, Surat, absolutely, it's a great market. We have already one partner in Surat. We're organizing one event also for in Surat on 9th. So we'll definitely look forward to have a discussion. Mr. Tanishk, is okay. Your city name is not there. You are writing business, and then okay, you have to write your city name also. You are saying that you are business owner. It seems that you are a business owner. Mr. Prakash is writing Bangalore again and looking forward for career change. Welcome, Mr. Venu Reddy. Chat is disabled for me. So Mr. Reddy, you're already using. Please write same wherein you are writing this same. You can use it. Mr. Suri writing again Surat B. Yes, we have got it. You are a business owner in Surat, so we look forward. In case your business is also franchisable, probably you want to expand. We'll also look forward to understand that as well. Mr. Ghosh is writing again Kolkata. Welcome. So you're a business owner. Now we can understand if you're looking for expansion of your business or you want to have another business in your portfolio. Mr. Vivek, Bangalore again. So a lot of already from Bangalore. So he's looking again for career change. So welcome. So we have Mr. Vagis. He is from, okay, your city name is not there. So you are a professional. Mr. Tanishk is writing, I'm from Kolkata, already running a customer clearance business. Okay, welcome. Good to know about that. Mr. Venu Reddy C. So please write your city name as well. Mr. Anil Geophillips is from Kerala. Great. So I think Sheena can have a round of discussion with you. Mr. Ashish, career change from Amravati, Maharashtra. Amravati is something we are open right now. We had one partner earlier, but now we are open for Amravati again because now market, we have done a lot of work in that market and it's again a very mature market now and we are looking forward for a partner there. So I can have a direct call and discussion with you. Mr. Suri is writing, attending that too in Surat. Absolutely. So welcome. So great if you are coming over there. So that would be great. You are already knowing that. Mr. Venu Reddy is from Bangalore. So welcome. Mr. Murugan is writing from Chennai. Looking forward for career change. So Kapil can have a discussion with you. Mr. Praveen is writing from Coimbatore. Okay, Coimbatore, we have already partnered. So you can also further discuss with Kapil. You can understand what is your opportunity you are looking at. And we are there to explore with you. Mr. Muhammad Sharif, Chennai, again from Chennai. Welcome. So then Mr. Suri writing, sure. Okay, thank you. From Hyderabad, we have Sridarji who has joined us. He is a professional. Let's have a discussion. I think that's good. So you are in Hyderabad. We are having 8th and 9th, which is Saturday, Sunday. It's in High-Tech. So Vamsi can invite you. We can have a meeting there. We can take you through the show, how franchising is happening, what is growth in franchising, rather, how many investors are coming now, looking forward to start some business. So they can come to the show. It's an information center. But after that, it's very, very important to actually structure a deal for every investor because it's not easy. You come to the show, have a meeting with the brand, or understand maybe few brands. Once you leave, you have no understanding what you have discussed where. So you exactly need a consultant. You exactly need a advisor who can take this journey forward with you and explore and shortlist some brands as per fitment and then take you through the tour. Because there are a lot of parameters wherein we need to understand before you invest. That's what our business is all about. So Mr. Reddy is again writing Bangalore. Yes, we got it. And we have Mr. Hemant Kumar Banerjee. He is from, okay, this is Sambhaji Nagar. Sambhaji Nagar, I have not heard. So please, you can write which state you are in. Mr. Mohan is writing unable to send message in chat, which disable. Okay, you are right. Already writing this, Mohanji, and you are from Trivandrum. I have read it. You are a professional startup business. Okay, great. So that can be also we can explore from your side. You are from Trivandrum, and Kapil can have a discussion. Geetika ji has joined us again, saying so. She is already from Lucknow. Good that you are from Lucknow, and Kuldeep can have a round of discussion with you. Please write also here, same, Geetika ji, what you do. If you are already in business, you are looking for career change, or there can be anything related to consulting you have. Please give us some understanding. We can take it up further. West Bengal, we have from Siliguri rather. It is Mr. Prolai. Mr. Prolai, welcome. Okay, Mr. Samik Day is I'm a business owner. Okay, that's good to know about it. I think that can be also you're looking to diversify, looking for another business, because our business does not need your own another office, does not need to have team. So you have no investment of that sort. You have no investment on marketing. You have no investment of lead generation. All is designed by Franchise India because we have a system and process which has already been driven and successful for 27 years. It is just that in this business, we have a ROI, which is return on involvement, return on intelligence. And this is not a capital business as we are talking about. You don't have to invest a lot of money in this. It's a low cost, very, very low cost, highly rewarding. And we can also, with full confidence, say that it's a zero risk opportunity. From Aurangabad, yes, Aurangabad is also open, Mr. Hemant. Thank you for joining in. So Aurangabad is also now we are exploring. Mr. Suri writing open for Surat for this. Yes, we are open. As I said, we have already opened it last month only. We have Mr. Grish. He has joined us from Surat. And in fact, after he joined us, we organized an event for him this month. That's what we do. So when you join him, so there is a great opportunity. Rather, we have just onboarded one brand from Surat, but that is onboarded by another IFC partner who is in Noida, in Delhi NCR. So that's an opportunity we go across. So you can also be there, and we have a lot of business now evolving into franchising, which are local. And it's a great opportunity for you to work with investors, work with local brands, and explore. Okay, so we have Mr. Hemant Kumar saying he's from Maharashtra. Okay, Maharashtra is very, very large, so you can also specify which city you are from. So welcome. Mr. Ghosh running a startup in, okay, that's good. Open for IFC program. That's good. So Mr. Ghosh, we have Sumendu over there, so he can have a discussion with you. And if we really feel that and you it is right fitment for you, right fitment for us, we will look forward for partnership. Geetika ji is writing, she is looking for a career change from Lucknow. So welcome. We can discuss. Mr. Mahika Suri, how to connect? We will connect you. So you have to send us your details. What is you coming from, Mr. Suri, and which city, or you can put your contact number also. After this webinar, we will definitely have a discussion with you wherein we can give you full understanding about our journey and also what we are now looking forward as an opportunity. Thank you. Your contact number we have received and which city you are from, so we can also take it up further. So thank you very much. I think we have a lot of people who have joined in, and good that you have interacted. That is what consulting business is all about. It has to be interacted well. So if you are now in this webinar, there is a purpose. You're giving us 1 hour time. There's a purpose of coming and attending this webinar, and we will definitely make it meaningful and purposeful for each one of you. So thank you so much for giving us such response. And we will now take a presentation where we will give you understanding about what are we talking about as an opportunity today. And this opportunity we will give you in detail. We'll give you some understanding that how you are going to be partner and also how you are going to make money out of this, because that's very important. What would be your business model? How you can get associated with us? And also, after joining, what is the way forward? So there's a training program which would be arranging from our side, which are 3 days training program. And this training program is in-person training. It is in our corporate office. Last batch was there in the month of February, and now for March, we have 22nd to 24th. There are 3 days wherein our chairman, Sir Mr. Gaurav Maria, will be also part of this training because he really feels the value system in the partnership, because he feels that if you are partner with us, and he will equally concerned about it. And also we have created a WhatsApp group wherein we have all the partners all together, because we feel we should be transparent with all partners. And today in our system, every partner can interact with anybody in the world in this. So you are open and you can discuss, we help, we do business all together. It's a complete team work which we do. In the Hyderabad show, I have got 33 partners who are traveling from different cities to attending that show. So they have to come to the show. Rest all arrangement is done by our side. Opportunity is there, and they will be there for 2 days and taking the database and getting the deals done. That's what our business is. It's already ready. It's about your involvement. You come to the event, you are there interacting, and are all brand owners who are there within our system. They are ready to support and helping us to close the deals for them. So today, if I can give you some understanding about our franchising that we have discussed, it's a $4.8 trillion industry today, very, very large industry, and it is growing. It is growing because consumption is growing. What we see is coming from everything what we consume today is coming from franchise in the category and franchise company. Today, tech-based companies, maintenance companies, health-related companies, anything in health, it can be healthcare, anything which is right from the pathology lab to any clinic or any hospital, which are all into now looking forward for franchising. Model can be different because we have different models into it. See financial services today, you see the topmost financial companies, right? Kotak Mahindra, ICICI Securities, and also we have some companies which is very, very old companies in this, which is Motilal Oswal, and we have all done with them. We are still working with them and all franchising through Franchise India. Only go for the food, and there's a bigger network and the opportunity in food, right from the master category to subcategory, then subcategory. We have all categories now in food and still growing. And today we have a lot of businesses which are direct to home businesses. You are at home getting these services, which can be for elders also. We have healthcare services which are direct to home, which is absolutely franchising. Then you name anything which we need as a maintenance services at your home is all franchise. Today, anything which is coming in 10 minutes at your home from Blinkit or Zepto, both are franchised. Both are done by Franchise India. That's what the opportunity is today. So if you are using Amazon, it can take 2 days, but Zepto and Blinkit, everybody knows it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes today service. So it's a direct to home service, which is franchise. So that's what they are creating, that network, and that is through franchising. Then we have auto. You will see today we have EV segment now coming in franchising, and they're also looking for network. It's all franchise, and then the charging stations also franchise. So I think pet care services is also new. Though we started it around 12 years back, when we started with one brand, which is basically Ahmedabad-based brand, which was Just Dogs. That was the first pet care brand. But that time, I think it was not a right time, maybe, because pet lovers were not there, requirement was not there. But now this category is evolving, and a lot of players now coming in, and they're also opening to expand in different cities because now they want to have that clinic and everything there nearby consumer. So this is also very, very big category, which is now evolving, and anything related to kids, right from yoga centers to anything, which can be a birthday parties or anything. These areas are also now created a good opportunity in franchising, and that is where in Franchise India helps in terms of getting these opportunities for our investors and for us as a consulting company. It becomes an opportunity for us to help our investors to guide them properly and get this matchmaking done. So what we offer when you join us, we offer you tablet. T stands for technology, so we'll give you CRM access and create a CRM for you, wherein we'll get you all database in CRM. Also, we will create a email ID for franchiseindia.in. That's a Franchise India domain email ID, so which you can use. Plus, we are also giving you an access to our offices. You are in Faridabad, so you can use our corporate office. It can be full day, or it can be for your meetings, as way you want. So someone is from Hyderabad, so we have office in Hyderabad. You can use rather. Our team is going to help. So our existing IFC partners are inviting their clients, their investors to office, wherein we have a joint meeting and help you to close that business. So these are all joint meeting support which we do in our office, and you can use it for full time as well. B stands for brands. So we will give you all opportunities. Brands, the moment you come for the training, 500 brand lists will be handed over so that you know all brands which we are driving. Plus, as per the investment requirement, we also get you new brands also, and we can reach out to any brand if our investor is looking forward for any category, depending on whether that brand is ready, available, offering franchise or not, but we'll evaluate. But as I said, we are not doing it free. We have some fee structuring, and then we start exploring for all the investors. As per leads are concerned, so you don't have to invest anything on leads. Absolutely, from our side, which can be investor leads, which can be brand leads also, brand quality leads, because we run the campaigns for brands which are onboarded with us, and we give you fresh leads also from brand side. Plus events, we do around 15-20 events every month, and then there are different formats. Nasik is our one show, which is in Surat also happening, which is in Tirupati also. We have joined one new partner last month, and we are now organizing one event there in Tirupati. That's what we do. We have now in Mangalore also this month. We are also doing in Amritsar, so and then Trichy also. These are one format wherein we have our IFC partners want to drive 4 brands and 4 IFC partners. They want to have some exclusive events for themselves to run and drive those brands. Sorry. And all the investment in this space is done by Franchise India. We have given them venue, we have given them brands, we have given them leads, and only their traveling and their time and involvement in this. And all the business which will be done is there for them. Then we also do events which are mega fan match shows in all the metro cities, which is now in Pune on 8th. Then we have Mumbai also in 15th. We have Mumbai, then we have Delhi, we have Chennai, other cities also, Ahmedabad also we are doing. And these would be little bigger size where we have 30 to 40 brands which we invite. And we also invite our investors. And our team is helping them in terms of joint meetings, and partners are getting all the business. T stands for training, which is 3 days every month, where we invite our partners over there for the training. After you join us, after the KYC is completed, documentation is process is completed, and this training will be done in our corporate office for 3 days to give you complete understanding about the process, the methodology, and the journey. And chairman himself, if he is traveling, that day he will make sure that he will fly down back to Delhi and will be attending this training himself. It's an in-depth training from our chairman side on these 3 dates for our partners. So now I'll request my colleague Sajid. He will take my next slide and give you some understanding about when you join and how you're going to grow with us, because every investor, every partner is unique. Someone is putting 4 hours, someone is putting 5 hours, and someone is full time. So what is the growth ladder for all of you? Over to you, Sajid.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Bhatt. So this slide that you're seeing here depicts the different levels, that you'd be growing as an IFC. IFC here stands for the Independent Franchise Consultant. So when you join as a, I'd say, new IFC, then you'd be there at the initial level, which is the entry level, which is the regular IFC. Now, and once you, make a certain amount of revenue, so which is, in this case, we're talking about a 15 lakh revenue, or say about 15, deals in a year, then you get promoted to the next level of the IFC, which is the IFC Elite. And after this, if you're doing a revenue of, say, around 50 lakh or about 30 deals in a year, then you get on to the next level. After the IFC Elite, you get on to the next level, which is the IFC Pro. And this is where you do a 50 lakh or a 30 deal for the year, as far as revenue is concerned, that is. And then eventually you will, get on to the IFC Master level. And herein, we're talking about you achieving a revenue of about 1 crore or about 50 deals in a year. So when I say revenue, there are various services that we offer, right? We will get to that soon. And when you offer these services to our clients or the investors in this case, then there's a certain revenue that you'd be generating out of this business. And that revenue is what I'm talking about here, either a 15 lakh revenue where you get onto the level of becoming an IFC Elite, or then a 50 lakh, where you get into the level of an IFC Pro, and then eventually the master level where it is a 1 crore kind of revenue. So we'll get to that, bit of it, how you would be utilizing our services to generate this revenue. So yeah, so this slide, this is a tabular, slide. And if you look at it, this slide talks about what is going to be your payout structure. And I'll take you through this, as in terms of what is going to be your revenue, or more specifically, what is going to be a commission or the profit that you'll be making on a monthly basis. So that is something which I will explain through this slide. So you look at the first column, it talks about the product. And under that, you see the IFC, IFC Elite, IFC Pro, and the IFC Master. The second column, you see the IA, the IS, and the BS, right? And then the third column, the BD. So wherever it says I, so I stands for the investor. See, mainly in this franchising space or the franchising business, there are two main parties. One is the investor, the other is the brand. So here, to make it easy for you to understand, we have, given that a certain nomenclature, so that IA, which means that investor acquisition. So then you have IS, which is the investor servicing. Then there's something called the BS, which is the brand servicing. And then the third column, you see the BD, which is the business development. So I'll take you through each of these and what these services mean, and also what is it that you will be making in terms of revenue out of each of these services. So before I do that, you also see the percentages that are listed under the second column. You see a 40%, then you see a 50%, 60, and then a 70% eventually. So what this means is that, so when you are at the first level of the IFC, that is the basic level, the initial level, you will be at a 40% of the revenue share. So whatever revenue that you would be generating for Franchise India or through your efforts, you'd be getting 40% of that. And then when you get to the next level, the IFC Elite, you become a 50% revenue share partner. And then at IFC Pro, you become a 60%. And at the master level, the highest level, you would be at a 70% revenue share. So which means at that level, 70% is going to be your share of the revenue, while Franchise India gets to keep 30% of that. So that's the kind of growth in terms of the revenue share that you'd be getting. So now let me explain, how you'd be making revenue out of these services here. So first, let me go in a logical manner, step by step, so you get an idea as to how this, works. So firstly, I'll start with IA, which is the investor acquisition. So what this means is that, so when you're talking to an investor, I'm sure, your leaders, respective leaders must have educated you about, what who an investor is, who a brand is, and, what we do as a business at Franchise India. So, just to give you a quick summary of that. So Franchise India, plays the role of a matchmaker between the investor and the brand. So investor is somebody who's got the money to invest in a franchising business. And on the other side, you have the brands. Brands are anybody, like you can talk about a Reliance, Chroma, KFC, whatever. Those are the brands. And Franchise India is the one which helps these investors find the right kind of brands. Also, in the other way around as well, wherein we help the brands, get aligned with the right kind of investor for them. So now I'm talking about IA, that is the first service, which is investor acquisition. So what we do here is when we talk to an investor, when we educate the investor, talking about, or rather, we firstly profile the investor, understand what's the kind of investment that the investor has as far as his capacity is concerned, and then what kind of a sector they want to invest in, which region they want to invest in. Once you understood these details, then the investor is going to be interested. He's going to say, okay, this sounds interesting. What next? So that is when you would be, as a consultant, you would be telling the investor that for us to conduct, or rather for us to initiate any kind of service, for the investor, the investor is supposed to register with us, right? And for registering with Franchise India, for us to initiate any kind of support for them, the investor is supposed to pay a certain amount of fee. And the investor acquisition fee, the minimum amount is 30,000 plus GST. That's a minimum amount. And that's usually for a 20 lakh, kind of investment, requirement. So, and this can go higher. The 30,000 can go higher, again, depends on the kind of investment that the investor has as far as the capacity is concerned. Now, in this case, we will, for the sake of example, I'll be taking this as 30,000, the minimum one. I'll come to that. I'll give you an example as to how you would be able to generate something out of these services. Now, the next service that we have here is the IS, which is the investor servicing. Now, what this means is that, see, once you've onboarded an investor, the next, or the logical step is to next ensure that we are helping this investor find the right kind of brand. And for doing that, we call this process as the investor servicing, because we are servicing the investor, right? So that is why we call this as investor servicing, IS. And there's a certain fee which the investor is supposed to pay us, right? And this fee comes in when you have done the matchmaking between the investor and the brand, and then the investor and the brand has got into an agreement and signed a deal. So once a deal is signed, now the investor is supposed to pay us the investor servicing fee. The minimum amount, that the investor is supposed to pay us is 1 lakh plus GST. Now, this can again vary. It can go higher depending upon the kind of investment that we're talking about. The higher the investment, the higher would be the investor servicing fee as well. And so this is the second service that we offer. I'll come back to this in terms of giving you an example as well. Now, the third service is the BS, which stands for the brand servicing. So now, see, since we play the role of a matchmaker, and when a deal is signed between the investor and the brand, both the parties, when I say both parties, the investor and the brand is supposed to pay us a commission, right? So, and the investor has already paid us the IS. I just took you guys through that. Now, the brand is supposed to pay us the brand servicing fee or the commission for that. And here again, the minimum amount, or I would say an average amount of brand servicing fee that we would get, ranges between a 2 to 5 lakh, usually. And that can go higher. It can go to 30, 40, 60 lakhs, even more, depending upon, again, the size of the investment as well, right? So that is the brand servicing fee. And lastly, we have, a service that is a BD, which is a column 3, which is a business development. So what this means is that this is to do with, supposing you walk into a restaurant or say a salon, and you come across, you get to know that, okay, this business is doing great, the turnover is great, but then those guys haven't got into the franchising business as yet. Now, what you do is you would, talk to the owner of this establishment, collect, the contact number, the name of that owner, and then pass it on to us. Now, what we would do is we would go ahead and talk to the owner of the establishment, understand the business. We will do a due diligence. We would do a business analysis. We would do all kinds of study to understand as to what would be the best way for that establishment to be franchise ready, right? And why would the business want to get into franchising? Simply because they know franchising is the best and the easiest method for them to rapidly scale up their business, and of course make some very good profits as well. So we would help this establishment be franchise ready, and then ensure that they get the right kind of investors to invest in this business, right? So I'll come to as to what is going to be the fee for that. Now, obviously, when the brand is looking to become a franchise ready, they are supposed to be empaneled with Franchise India. And there's a certain amount of fee that we charge a brand for getting, or rather registering it. The same concept, like the way that we, register a investor, the same way that we onboard or register a brand as well. And there's a certain fee, which I'll come to it here. Now, I'll come back to the first three services, the IA, the IS, and the BS. I will, like to give you an example here as to what is going to be for you in terms of the commission or the revenue or the profit that you'd be making on a monthly basis. Now, you understand that, Franchise India will be giving you a minimum of 50 plus investor leads every month, right? Now, supposing out of this, for the sake of example, let's say that you're servicing just 10 leads out of these 50 plus leads that you're getting for whatever reason, for time constraints or whatever, you're just going to be servicing, let's say, 10 leads out of this. Now, we talked about the IA fee, which is going to be 30 lakh, which is a minimum, 30,000 plus GST. So supposing you're servicing these 10 clients, so therefore, which means you'll be having 10 registrations for the month. So which means that I'm going to be multiplying 10 registrations with 30,000, because 30,000 is the minimum fee that you'd get for registering for the investor to be registering with Franchise India. So which means 30,000 into 10 is going to be 3 lakh. So 3 lakh is going to be the overall revenue that you'd be bringing to Franchise India. Now, this is not going to be paid entirely to you. because, I just took you through the various, slabs or the revenue share that you would, get depending on which level of the IFC ladder that you're in currently. Now, let me take that initial level, so at a 40%. So which means if you've got, if you've generated 3 lakh as overall revenue through the IA service, then you'll be making you'll be getting 40% of 3 lakh. So that's going to be 1.2 lakh. So 1.2 lakh is going to be your payout in terms of your commission or profit for that particular month. So that is from the IA service. Now, let me go to the next level. Now, the next step is the IAS, wherein you would be finding the right kind of brand for this investor. And therefore, once you've done that, and then there is an agreement between the investor and the brand, they've got to sign a deal. Now, the investor is supposed to pay us the investor servicing fee. And I mentioned that the minimum amount is 1 lakh plus GST, which is the IAS, investor servicing fee. Now, if, you remember that you've got 10 registrations done for the month. So therefore, 10 registrations multiplied by 1 lakh each is going to fetch you 10 lakh as the overall revenue for the month. Now, again, this is not going to be paid in entirety to you. Here again, since you are at the initial level or the beginning level of an IFC, you will be getting 40% of 10 lakh, which is going to be 4 lakh. So 4 lakh is going to be your investor servicing fee that you'll be getting for that particular month. So initially you got your IA, which is 1.2 lakh, and now you're getting your IAS fees, which is 4 lakh. Now the next logical step is that, okay, now investor is paid as the investor servicing fee, and a brand is also supposed to pay as a brand servicing fee. Now here again, the brand servicing fee ranges between 2 to 5 lakhs. For the sake of calculation, I would just take the minimum amount, which is 2 lakhs. And so 2 lakhs multiplied by the 10 registrations which you have already for the month, so which is going to be 20 lakh. 20 lakh is the overall revenue that you'll be generating, for Franchise India. Now, out of this, you'll be getting 40% of that. So 40% of 20 lakh is going to be 8 lakh. So 8 lakh is going to be your payout or the profit or commission for that particular month. So this is how you would be generating your profit or commission for the month for these 3 services, the IA, IS, and the BS. Now, there's one more service, the BD, business development, which I talked about. Now, in this case, whatever that you're generating, you will be receiving 20% of the revenue, or the revenue share is going to be 20%, as opposed to the other 3 services where you got a 40, 50, 60, and 70%. Now, why BD is 20% is because you are only giving us the reference, which means you're only passing on the details of the owner, in this case, owner of that establishment, which is just going to be the name and the contact number. The rest of the hard work is going to be done by Franchise India. And this is quite a specialized work because we'll be onboarding a brand, with Franchise India. So that is why Franchise India would like to ensure that we are the ones who are, doing this part of the business. But however, keeping in mind that you have got us the reference, we will definitely be sharing a certain percentage, which is 20% in this case. Now, what is it going to be? Now, for a brand to be onboarded or to register with Franchise India, the minimum amount is 8.5 lakhs plus GST, right? Now, assuming that in a month you're able to do just say 2 BD cases, then we're talking about 8.5 multiplied by 2, which is 17 lakh. So 17 lakh is going to be the overall revenue that you're generating for Franchise India, and of which you'll be getting 20% of that. And 20% of 17 lakh is going to be 3.4 lakh. So 3.4 lakh is going to be your revenue or the profit that you would be generating or you would be receiving for that month for just two business development cases that you'd be doing. So this is how it's going to be overall as far as your revenue is concerned, how you'd be generating revenue. There are various other ways that you'll be, or rather I would say the various other modes, that you will be making or generating a profit as well. Say, for example, you also will be receiving cash incentives. Now, these are, this is something which is given directly by the brands. Some of the big brands, they give away, cash incentives directly to our consultants or the IFCs. Now, this is done because, see, when you do a matchmaking between an investor and the brand, and when you're given a good investor to the brand is happy about the whole, concept. And they also know that every month from Franchise India, the IFC gets a minimum of 50 plus investor leads coming to them. So the brand wants to ensure that when you're talking to the other investors, they want to ensure that their brand is a top recall when you're talking about the brands. So that is why these brands would go about giving you a additional cash incentive, which is apart from all the other incentives which I just explained earlier, right? So this is additionally what you get, and then of course there are various other international trips that are organized for our consultants, and this is especially done during in fact this happens every quarter. For example, this quarter, which is the January, February and March, we are having a contest, and when an IFC partner achieves a certain amount of revenue, whichever that we set as a target, then they would be taken for these international locations as part of they achieving that target. So this is basically done just to ensure that our partners are motivated and happy to do the business. And as I was talking, this happens every quarter, and all the locations are international ones. Now, this time round, it's going to be Bangkok. Earlier, we had it in Singapore, and all the other international locations in European countries as well. So this is the other bit of it. Usually 3 or a 4 day kind of trip, and all the expenses borne entirely by Franchise India. So this is the other bit of it. And then time to time, there are various other incentives that are rolled out by Franchise India, and which you will get to make some money out of that as well. There's something called working capital as well. So when you achieve a certain target which we have set for the month or the week or quarter, then when on achieving this this working capital will be paid to you, or or you can use this money for say for example there's a certain event, a big event happening in another city or another place, then you can utilize this money towards your travel or for the other expenses that might come up. So it will help you to use that money for such expenses. So this is how it's going to be. There are quite much more incentives and other structure, which I think for for want of time we may not be able to explain all that, but that is what you'd be getting, and the important ones, the core ones I've explained, and definitely this is what you will be getting on aligning with Franchise India. So if there is anything more, I would request Mr. Sanjay Bhatt to add
Yes,
in.
I think, yeah, good. Thank you so much, Sajid. And I think what you discuss about the lot of incentives what we have for, and just during this webinar only, I just got a lot of stuff at my table, which is actually now I'm carrying to Hyderabad for my partners. I think you can see the Titan watches now, bags have come. These are all won by our partners, and you can also see, I don't know whether it is visible or not. So this is also just to give you some understanding. This is a Armani exchange watch, which is there for them. And we also have got Da Milano bags, right? And these are also a lot of gifts come. It's all for our partners. So this is what we do every month. And this month especially, when we have launched also for our partners that anything you log in, suppose you have done some business today, so I'm just giving an opportunity that you can take your wife also to for a dinner in 5-star hotel. It's a surprise, something which is coming to them, and based on your login amount or login what you have done in the day, this is keep on doing it. So we called as Festival of Winners. So this month March, as everybody knows, it's a March month, last month of the quarter, which is last month for our contest also and for our financial year as well. So we are celebrating it as Festival of Winners, wherein we are giving every partner any effort you do, any revenue you do, something to celebrate. So we are giving a lot of things wherein you do at your own, and then you take a photograph and sharing in the main group, wherein others are also getting motivated and others are also getting next day, in the business. So that's what we have this, and how you can become partner with us in the interest of time. So this is one time our license fees, which is 6 lakh plus GST as a license fees, as a brand fee, as a joining fee. Rest, there is no investment from your side. All invested by franchise. In the next 3 years, the agreement. In the next 3 years, we will all invest for you, all campaigns, all events organized for you. So we are committed for next 3 years with all the investments for you. So please do visit if you want to and you can to Hyderabad. or we can do that piece also for you. And if you are having that understanding with us today, we can also take that forward. So anything further, if you have any questions, so we are there to take you through, because our team will reach out to have a full understanding with you, where we can give you one-on-one meeting, having a full discussion. And if it is there for you, so you can have as many as questions. And we feel that partnership is both sides. We will make it win-win. So if this is an opportunity for you, otherwise, if someone who's looking to 40 lakh, 50 lakh to invest in any other business, we'll definitely search and give you that opportunity also. But we can see this is Franchise India, the ocean of opportunities. We have thousands of opportunities with us. We can also give you some kind sort of confidence that you won't find any opportunity like this outside. And if you are looking and you are having some aspiration of any business, surely we are looking forward to have that also for you. But in case there's any further question related to this, you can reach out to our team, and we will also have a discussion, and then we will have 10-minute interaction with our chairman also for taking this forward. So with that note, thank you so much, and thank you all the panelists also. Thank you all guests to make it an interactive session. And I'm sure once you discuss with our team, we will look forward to have some partners out of this to be our partners and join us as franchise consultants with us. Till then, thank you so much once again, and appreciate your time, and look forward. Thank you everyone.